Hi everybody, it's Katrina. Welcome to the Crafty Corner. So I just popped on to give y'all a little recap of my journey for Father's Day, my takeaway, and what I've learned, and going out from there. So Father's Day, let's see, I ended up doing about 65 baskets or so, and about 30 gift sets, and that's because I just kept listening to all our wonderful creators on here talking about those small gift sets are the ones that are really going to push you over as far as being able to make some money and everything. And y'all excuse me because I'm just chilling and relaxing. I'm tired, and I was going to do a live tonight, but instead I'm going to post the recap here. So after making all of my baskets, I decided I was going to do some sales here in my hometown just to see how it went, or how it was going to go. So Thursday and Friday I actually sold here in my hometown. I only sold one basket, y'all. My town is beautiful, real beautiful. But that's okay. I will take that sale. So Saturday I went to Atlanta, and I got up there a little bit late. It was like 11:30 by the time we actually got set up there. And one of the other vendors that was there at Mother's Day, they were there too. So they were parked, had set up way down in front of the actual gas station. So I went up to the corner where we were usually at and set up there, so I wouldn't be right beside him, and I didn't want to be disrespectful and be right up where he was at. So we were a good bit of ways away from him, and if you saw any of those videos, then you saw that we were not right up on him. So Saturday sales went pretty good. I probably sold about half of what I had brought up there. Now keep in mind, and I'm sorry I'm so close to this, y'all, but I'm kind of like dressed for bed, and that's where I'm going as soon as I get off of this video. But my car was full from the very back of the car to all the way up to the driver and passenger seat. So we didn't have any room for anything else. And that included my tables and tents and everything. But anyway, so we got set up and everything. Sold almost about half of what I had Saturday, or maybe a little less than half, because I sold quite a bit on Sunday. So anyway, we got done with our sale Saturday, and I drove back home. I didn't spend the night up there with family. I just decided to come on back home. And I came back home with a plan, because I had a feeling that that man was going to try to set up where I was at. And I don't know what gave me that feeling. I think sometimes the Lord just tells you to do things because He puts you in a place at certain times for certain reasons. So I decided, okay, it's an hour drive to Atlanta, maybe a little bit more than an hour or so. So we left my house about 7 o'clock because I wanted to get up there early to make sure I was able to get in my spot. Where we set up at, the man at the gas station doesn't care who sets up there. So he says you just first come, first serve. You set up, and that's it. So, with that in mind, we got there at 8:30. We got there a little bit before 8:30, because by 8:39 I was completely set up. And about 8:45, maybe 10-15 minutes later, the man that had been way down from us, they pulled in. Now, there were no other vendors there, none, just me. And he set up right next to me. So if you look at the video, you'll see how close he was to me on Sunday versus how far away he was from me on Saturday. Now, I don't really care about him setting up next to me, but I do know why he set up next to me. And that was because he didn't have any banners or anything. All he had was his tent, tables, and his baskets on the tables. And they were facing one particular street, whereas I went all the way up to the corner, set up there, and I had my big Father's Day banner up there. I had a tarp with some of my baskets down on the tarp in front of my tent area, and where I was at was a 4-way traffic light stop. So traffic had to stop in order to let other traffic go, you know, and that gave people time to look up on the hill and see the tent and the big banner that said Happy Father's Day. All right, so y'all see this right here? Y'all see this mess right here? That's my Langston. Thinks he's supposed to be in here with me. He just ran out the door. Anyway, so a lot of people, when they stopped by my tent, that was one of the first things they said was, oh, I saw that Father's Day banner and I remembered, oh my goodness, I still got to get some gifts. I had several people that pulled in that were last minute shopping and said, oh, I'm glad I saw you here. And even with him right next to me, my booth was the first one they saw because I had the banners up and, you know, all of that. So a lot of people came, they stopped at my booth, bought a basket at mine, and then went to his, and they may have bought a basket from him or may not have. I really didn't keep track of what he was doing. But like I said, I know why he was right next to me, because for Mother's Day, I'm about 100% sure that he lost a lot of customers because my booth was the first one they saw. And that's because for Mother's Day, same thing. I had my banners out, you know, so people on the streets and in their cars could clearly see that it was a Mother's Day sale and that I had Mother's Day baskets on my tables. All right, so for Father's Day, it was the same thing. One lady actually said to me, ooh, I'm so glad you're here. Saved me from having to go to the store. And I said, and that is why I'm here. And I will be here for every major holiday that I possibly can. And she said, well, I'm glad to hear that. Another thing that I had to my advantage was that he didn't have any business cards or anything like that. You know, and I had people scanning my QR code so that they had my business information, and that if they wanted to order baskets, they could. I had one lady that said, oh, good, because I need Christmas baskets. I'm going to need birthday baskets. All kind of birthdays coming up is what she said. You know, and I said, well, great. You have my information now, and I'll be more than happy to fulfill those basket needs for you. So, you know, like I said, I know why he was set up so close to me, and that was so that people that didn't want to buy from me could walk over there to him. Before, nobody was walking down there to him because he was pretty far away, and I don't know that anybody actually drove down there and stopped by him. But it was, like I said, what God has for you is for you. Nobody can take that away from you. So I wasn't that concerned about it. I just thought that it was disrespectful and a little bit on the tacky side. But, you know, it's okay. I don't think they were bad people. I just think they, you know, and clearly they have some good business sense if they moved closer to me so that they could catch some of those sales too. And not be, you know, and at least maybe they couldn't afford a banner. I don't know. I didn't get off into all of that. But anyway, to make a long story short, we did very well, I think, for this holiday. And I really, really appreciate all of the creators here that gave advice on making a lot of baskets, not making a lot of baskets, so on and so forth. So what did I learn from this? Well, I know next year I'm not going to make as many baskets. I will probably focus more on the smaller gifts next year, and with a few baskets in mind. One thing I did learn, most people don't barbecue. Look, that's what they told me. That, oh, he don't barbecue. Oh, he don't barbecue. I had about 20 people tell me that he don't barbecue. So I will probably make maybe just 1 or 2 barbecue baskets. I only made 4, but only 2 of them moved. So I have 2 that I brought back home with me. One I might just keep. It's the indoor barbecue. I still have that one. And then I had another big barbecue. Might keep that one too, because I do barbecue. Lots of times I like to barbecue. So I didn't mind that at all. I also learned that I will probably not focus so much on the smell good baskets, because I had a lot of people that were looking for baskets that really didn't have any scents in them, that focused more on leisure activity. So possibly making more sports minded baskets where, you know, with baseball gloves, bats, things like that, basketballs. My retention cords, which are those stretch cords that are resistance cords, that resist when you pull, those flew. They were gone. So, you know, trying to figure out what men want and what they're into is just, you know, a harder sell. My stepping out baskets with the watches and all of those flew except one. So because of a lot of the comments I got, they got it. They got the concept of turn that music on in the shower and start getting ready to go out. You know, throw your watch and your jewelry on, get your sunglasses, and out the door you go. So I was very happy. I was more happy that people understood the concept more so than the sales, if that makes any sense. As creators, you all know we're the most critical on ourselves. So I was very happy that people really understood that concept. And I try to make it make sense. And I hear LB's voice all the time saying, make it make sense, y'all, make it make sense. So that was my goal, was to put baskets out that made sense, you know. What else did I learn from this? Probably, like I said, I'm going to back off on making as many baskets as I made this time. I did end up bringing about 13 baskets home with me, and about 10 to 12 of the gift sets. I know I didn't have that much that I brought back with me, so I was not upset about that at all, because I will flip those over into other holidays and things like that. So my takeaway is to, if you didn't make any sales, keep your head up. Don't get out of the game just yet. If you sold 2 baskets this year, make 4 next year. All right. If you made 20 baskets this year and you only sold 5, make 10 next year. You know, that's my take on that. Is to, like I said, I'm going to scale back on the number of baskets I make for Father's Day next year. But I'm never going to give up. I'm always going to keep going. All right, so 2 stories to tell you. First of all, there was a man that came by our table, and he was pushing 2 little girls in a stroller. They looked like they were probably 1st and 2nd graders. They weren't small babies, but he had a double stroller that he was pushing them in. with his backpack on, and these were, he said they were his kids, and that he was looking for a place called the Jose something for dinner. Now, I'm not from Atlanta, so I had no clue what he was talking about. I assumed it had something to do with feeding the homeless or feeding people in need. And I didn't know where it was at. He thought my booth was it, but it wasn't. I didn't know. I felt bad. I really didn't know what to tell him because I didn't know where it was. And my daughter, who lives up there, she sat up. She was laying in the back seat. She sat up. She says, wait a minute. And she rolled her window down and asked him, where are you trying to go? So he told her. And she said, one more block down, my brother. You're a block too high. You keep going straight down that block. She said, and you'll be right there. It'll be right around that corner. And he pointed and said, straight down this way. She said, yes, right, straight on down, brother. Go on down that block right down there, and you'll run right into it. So he went to the street light, and he was waiting for the light to change. And I asked her, I said, well, what is it? Is it? And she said they can get free barbecue plates for their families. You know, so I thought that this was very, I mean, you don't get no more Father's Day than that, y'all. And God put it on my spirit to give him a basket. You know, so I gave one away. Yes, I did. I gave that man who was doing the father thing on Father's Day, trying to get his kids a meal, a free meal, a basket. He was very thankful and said, thank you so much. He, you know, just real nice young man, taking care of his kids. So that touched my heart, and I wanted to make sure he got a gift for Father's Day, because truly he was in the act of being a father when I saw him. So I was very touched by that. All right, and then my last story, and then I'm going to let y'all go, because this video's done got long. But when I got back home Sunday, we decided to grab some Chinese food and bring dinner home for everybody, because my mom and my grandson had been here at the house all day. And the lady at the Chinese place, she always has people out in her parking lot with tents and stuff. But I can never catch her. And I've known this lady for years too. And we were pregnant together. That's how long she's owned that restaurant and how long I've been down here. She's watched my kids grow up. Her kids work in her restaurant now. I've watched them grow up. And we've always talked. So, you know, but she doesn't spend as much time at the restaurant now. So I managed to catch her there yesterday evening and ask her about being able to set up in her location. And she has granted me permission to set up there. Now, her restaurant is in the Kroger's parking lot, and I can tell you all the stores there. It's Harbor Freight. Let's see. Harbor Freight, Bargain Hunt. It's a clothing store I forget the name of. There's the Domino's Pizza, the hair place where you get your hair cut. I forget what they call that too. Kroger's, the Kroger's gas station. All of that is right there. Her restaurant sits in the same parking lot directly in front of that. She said that I can set up there. So I have a new location that I can set up in, as well as the old location. I'm going to utilize both of those. So when I set up there, I will give you the grand tour. I'm very excited about it. You know, so God blessed me in several ways yesterday, and just really, 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 I don't even know how to describe, set my spirit on fire. You know, so sales was great, but the spiritual touching of my spirit was even greater. So being able to see God's work and what he has in store for me has been such a blessing. So like I said, y'all keep your heads up. and learn from your sales or non-sales on what to do next time. Don't give up. Okay, keep moving forward. Because I had a teacher in college that he used to tell me, keep your eye on the way. All right, so whatever your goal is, wherever you're trying to get to, pray about it. All right, pray without ceasing and keep your eye on the way. All right. Until next time, y'all make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for being very supportive. I love this community. This is a fantastic, awesome community. And we are here to lift each other up. So make sure you be blessed. But more importantly, be a blessing.